All right, we are live. Welcome to Extermination Radio, the show where I have an excuse to make people listen to my shitty music. I've been told I've been told that before, man. People have told me that I have shit taste in music. Isn't that bullshit?
Yeah, they have shit taste in music.
Exactly.
Fucking scrubs. You know what I mean?
Bullshit, man.
Yeah. Well, not everybody is as enlightened as we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Well, there's so many bands out there, man. There's so much to listen to.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. What have you been listening to lately?
Grind. I've been listening to. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of fucking technical death metal. A lot of necrophages.
Oh,
lately.
Sweet.
A little bit of like I was talking to you about. I've been exploring slam and kind of getting into finding the good bands and bypassing all the shit bands because slam is such a terrible fucking genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, slam is weird. All the vocals are just
weird.
The vocals are just like this weird
Burps.
frog croaking sound, just like the whole time. It's
I
so
know,
weird.
Right? Oh man, it's but some of them are good. But who knows, man? I just been listening to everything, a little bit of everything. I was listening to Splatterhouse earlier today. You know what I mean?
Splatterhouse is a band?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Splatterhouse is a really good it's like death grind. I don't know. It's fucking sick though. It's super fucking heavy. The guitars are super fucking downtone. It's sick, Dad.
You were just telling me earlier that your friend saw Insect Warfare at the Maryland Death Fest. Oof. If there was one,
I know, dude.
If there was one band that you would kill to see live, what do you think it would be?
Insect Warfare.
Definitely. I would probably want to see Razor.
Yeah, you've been on a Razor kick lately, dude.
I have been. I listened to all their albums, man. They're so good.
I think they played. They still play. Did they play?
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. I'll look it up real quick.
I had a friend tell me. I had a friend at work tell me he saw Metallica recently, and he said they were terrible.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're fucking 1,000 years old.
I know, right? I think Razor played last year at there, but dude, there's so many good bands, dude. Iron Lung, fucking Agoraphobic Nosebleed, Terrorizer, Cryptopsy, Autopsy, Morbid Angel. So many good bands, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there next year.
You want to know what I did over the weekend?
What'd you do? Jerk off and play video games?
I sure did. No, I didn't. I had. I did.
Damn.
I have a friend who invited me over to this thing in Quakertown, which is 45 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, she told me about Q-Mart, which I know about, which is for those of you who don't know, it's this flea market / shopping mall. It's this well-lit warehouse where you can rent out space, and they usually just sell old video games and VHS tapes and shit. And
it's great. I love that place, dude.
Yeah, it's a cool place. But anyway, she's been going there twice a month for this one event, and she took us out back of Q-Mart where there was all these people gathered around this ring. They were doing a pro wrestling tournament.
Are you serious?
Yeah, not even
sick.
Not even the sport. It was it's
backyard?
Yeah, it's WWE basically.
Dude, that's sick.
It's ridiculous. But everybody that was there were just these ridiculous, everybody had mullets and rat tails and just the worst kinds of people. They had all their hair was they had dyed hair and everything, and there was people in wheelchairs and all kinds of shit. And
dude, that's great.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. There's so it's all local people. It's all this made up thing, and so it was there. They had some really steroid injected guys, and then there was some really fat old guys too. And all of these people were just these characters, right? One of the guys' names was Stan Styles, and he's this guy with he has this really prissy haircut, and he has his short pants and his boots are all covered in glitter, and he's the fairy. Nobody likes him. And they're like all charged up about these rivalries. Like there's these like there's like all these like backstories and like and all this bullshit. But you know how like people say wrestling is fake? It's so fake. Like it's not, it's obviously not fighting. It's just, but whether it's fake or not, it's still like a pretty awesome performance. But there was times where like they would like they would reach over to punch the guy, and like as soon as he punches him, he stomps his foot on the ring to make it sound like he's like hitting him, and it's like it's such bullshit. But but everybody was so hyped up about it, and there's so many like kids and stuff there, and they were like, knock him out, knock him out. They're like all charged up. It was ridiculous. And there's like a handful of people that they fucking hate, and there's some people that they love. Like there's this one guy whose name is Wolfman, and everybody loves him. He's like this like chubby fat guy, and he's got tattoos all over his body. He's got like spider webs on his shoulders and all kinds of stuff. And his hair is fucking crazy. Like he's bald on the top of his head, and he has like gray like frayed out hair like on the sides of his head, and his eyebrows are long like you wouldn't believe. Like they're crazy. Like I've never had to trim my eyebrows at any point in my life, but he has the longest fucking eyebrows I've ever seen. I have no idea how he does it. But
oh my god.
Yeah, there was this crazy fight between this wrestling match between this guy. They were doing this thing called a flag match, and the first guy they brought in was like this big tough fat guy who's like representing USA. So he came in with like this American flag, and he's like waving it around. Everybody's cheering him on, going USA, USA. And then the next guy they bring in is like this German guy, and he has this flag that's like red, black, and white, and it has like an iron cross in the middle, and like I guess he's supposed to like represent a Nazi or something. I don't know, but he's but he's like super German. Like everybody hates him, and they're like, "Boo! Get out of here, foreigner!" And yeah, and so these guys are fighting, and like the German guy, he's kind of fit, so he's like lasting longer, and like the USA guy's getting his ass kicked, and it's like sad for everybody. But then like at the final moment, like just before he pins him, Wolfman just comes out of nowhere. He just climbs into the ring and just body slams him, and everybody's like, "Yeah!"
Nice, dude.
It was crazy. It was just this whole crazy thing. My friend Janine, she likes to go see it to like people watch though, just to like see all the crazy people, and like it's just like funny to see all these people like so like crazy about this like backyard wrestling, and they just know everybody's backstory and all the rivalries and everything.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Dude, that's funny. I love that place though, man. Honestly, like humor is sick. They got so much good shit there.
Yeah, it's it's a pretty crazy place. There's like this cool like video game place where you can get like all kinds of old like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo games.
All the way in the back, it has like the old school video sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that place is really overpriced though, man.
Is it really?
You know?
I don't know. I haven't really checked lately.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, it's like just.
I guess because they have like all those classics and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can find. I don't know. There's like a big thing like there's a big thing like with retro video game collectors that they just they try to like bargain for the lowest prices, and like the community, like I'm part of one on Facebook just to see like people's collectible items and shit, and like even like eBay, they mock eBay and laugh at like eBay prices because they think people just overcharge. Like they're like super fucking deal hunters, because like nowadays, like 5-10 years ago, like retro games weren't worth shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't know, there's it kind of like blew up in popularity, and people are trying to sell their games for a much higher price, and like collectors that have been around through that whole time are just kind of like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like these dickheads are like just getting into this, like we've been doing this for a while, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So I
That's
don't know.
sucky. I got lucky. I got lucky on eBay a few years ago. Like I got some like pretty sweet games. Like I got Doom for the Game Boy Advance for like $1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was like one of my best buys.
Nice, dude.
You can also get some pretty nice Nintendo 64 games. I bet it's like impossible to get GoldenEye these days though. Like GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64.
Nice. Yeah, like when I bought Perfect Dark for N64 in 2014, like the beginning of 2014, and it was like $30, and the N64 is like, I think I got it for 70 with like 3 controllers and the expansion pack, which I was like, all right, because that was because like they wanted like I think they wanted like 15 or like $20 for the expansion pack, and like the system was like 60 or something in like
Wow.
decent condition. You can get like a shit one that's all scratched up for like 40, but I didn't want that. So
yeah, no one wants that.
So I don't know, man. It's kind of weird,
Yeah.
But
You've been
I don't know.
You've been playing Counter-Strike and stuff mostly, right? That's what you've been doing lately.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, counter-terrorists or terrorists?
I don't know. CT side, like counter-terrorist side, it always seems like it's a lot easier. You know what I mean? But it depends, man. I don't know. It depends on your team. You know what I mean? Like your team can just like if you have a team that's like half retarded. The thing about Counter-Strike is like you can't just play with any old people because like there's a lot of strategy and a lot of like skill involved with it. So you have to kind of like know where to be, what angles to hold. Like it's so strategic, and like people that just want to run and gun and don't get the idea of strategy. If you play with them, like you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? Unless you're playing people that are just trash and you can just run around and frag. But like, so I don't know. I like CT side if you're playing with a good team because it's always easier to prevent the enemy team from infiltrating the site and planting the bomb than it is to rush in and take the site. But like I said, if you're playing with a bunch of run and gun guys who don't know shit about strategy, you can just smoke off a couple angles and go in there and just hold the site. But I don't know, man. It's give or take. Usually people say that CT side's easier, but I don't know. It depends.
Does it depend on the game mode? Because I know like I haven't played the new one, but I know there's like hostage rescue and stuff too.
Like the professionals only play the bomb defusal mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
and you ain't no scrub.
Huh?
You ain't no scrub.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't play. I don't really play the whatchamacallit. I don't really play like hostage defusal or any of that stuff because, I mean, not hostage defusal, hostage rescue or any of that stuff. I don't know. I just don't really find any. I don't really find it to be as fun,
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can just sit your whole team right around the hostages the whole time, and you know what I mean. So it's more of like a fun thing that you play for fun, when you're like trying to really compete and like get competitive and fuck people up, and you kind of just play bomb defusal,
Yeah. Is like hostage rescue like not as balanced or something, or is it just like it's just not as fun?
It's just not as fun. I mean, I guess like one of the like it's not as competitive, People are there to have fun. It's more of a casual type, where like if you play like bomb defusal, that's the main mode. So like the people that are playing the defusal mode are just like, I mean, 99% of everybody that plays Counter-Strike plays defusal because that's the only like the main. All like I said, the professional map pool is all bomb defusal maps. And like when you play bomb defusal maps, like you're always going to run into people that are a lot more competitive and a lot better at the game. It's strategic because like when you're playing a hostage map, everybody just runs in and rushes around and like it's run and gun. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost like deathmatch, but you're trying to rescue a hostage. So it's just kind of, I don't know. Plus, like the maps aren't as good for like the hostage situations. The maps aren't as like they're not laid out as well.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
The truth is, I haven't been playing much at all. Like not even Doom. Like I've been doing these podcasts all the time.
Yeah, I hear you. That's good though, man. I mean, what was the last WOD that you were playing though? That's the real question.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't even remember. It's been a while. I did a little bit of playtesting for a guy, and I don't know, just mostly just kind of poking around, like playing like individual stuff that's like been released. I can't really remember any specifically. I think the most recent one I seriously tried was Bloodstain.
Yeah,
and
I'm still playing that.
Yeah, and like recently I played a little bit of Scythe 2. Like
nice.
the later levels, because I know like when Scythe 2 first came out, there was only like the first 25 levels or so, and then like like 2-3 years later, Eric Ong came back and made the remaining 5 maps. And so I know.
Oh, that was Scythe X.
No, it's Scythe 2. Scythe 2. There's like
okay.
there's like 5 remaining like hell maps or something like that. And I don't know those levels as well as I know the original 25. So I wanted to go through them a little bit.
When did he come back? What year was that he made those?
Oh, it was a long time ago. It was probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah, so I probably didn't even notice the difference because I replayed it in the past 10 years probably like 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so you might have played them.
10 years ago I was 16 and I was kind of like, what was I doing back then? I had played Scythe maybe Scythe 2 like once at that point, so I probably didn't even realize that they were added in. You know what I mean? The second time around.
Yeah. Yeah, there's fucking those Mr. X guys, like the Doom Marines with the plasma guns. They fuck you up.
I know, dude. And what was the other? They had other monsters in Scythe too. Or was it just the Marine guy? Because there's another one that had a couple custom monsters in it.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't Scythe, but Scythe had at least 1 or 2 other ones in it.
Yeah,
right?
The other one is like this Baron of Hell that had like fire under him and he could float around. And he had this attack where he shot like 5 Revenant fireballs and like a bunch of other like Mancubus fireballs and shit too.
Yeah, I remember the last level of Scythe 2 was that big open lava pit, right?
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And there's like 3 of those things flying around, right?
Yeah, they're just floating around everywhere.
Yeah, there's it's pretty much a square level.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know, man. I haven't even looked at like any of the newer WODs because I have this folder in my Doom folder. It's called WODs to Play, and I like over the past like probably like 2 years or so, you know, you'll recommend something to me, and I'll be like, all right, cool, let me check that out, and then I'll see like I'll go on like the CAC Awards for the last year and kind of troll around and like maybe look at like the new Doom Chronicles every now and then and be like, or New Stuff Chronicles, whatever, and be like, hey, this looks alright, let me try it, and then I end up amassing a fucking big folder of like megawatts to play, and I'm just like, shit, I can't even go on Doom World and look at the New Stuff Chronicles because I'll just download everything,
Yeah, there's just so much to catch up on. I know. I find myself getting like backlogged with all this new stuff to play too. Like there's some new Megawads that came out and I played like 3 levels out of them. And like I talk to people on here and they're like, "Hey, did you play this new Megawad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I remember map 1." I feel so stupid. Yeah, I know. I suck. But I've just been doing these podcasts and stuff and talking to people, and hopefully people will just tell me about these WODs. I won't have to play them. But I don't want to be that way though. I want to keep up with the community and stuff.
Yeah, for sure though.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, but there's stuff going on in my life too. I got friends and family and stuff like that.
Yeah, and, for sure. Like even like like I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike lately, like trying to get ready because me and 4 other friends we created a little team and registered for a tournament on June 10th, which is coming up quick, and there's like I think the grand prize is like $4,000 or something, and it's probably like I think it's all gift cards or something, but like still it's like $10 to register or something, so whatever, so I've just been like really going balls to the wall practicing with them. Plus they released a new operation for CSGO called Hydra, which is like basically adds like a couple like new temporary new game modes and like temporary new like missions, I guess. It's like multiplayer. It's still the same like multiplayer, but they'll have like 5 bots and you'll have to like let's say like kill 15 enemies with fire, which is really fucking hard, or like get 10 headshots with the scout sniper rifle, or just like random little quirky things. But like they upgraded the bots to make them super fucking good. Like it's crazy. Like they'll just peek around a corner and headshot you instantly, like before you even know it happened. Like it's nuts. So, and the cool thing about the missions is you play with a friend. Like you have to play with 2 people. So I've been doing a lot of that, man. I've been like really getting into that. But actually I did remember that I've been playing fucking I've been playing
What have you been playing?
Whatchamacallit? I just installed Soldier of Fortune 1, the original.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that game.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. And like I just started playing that, and man, whew,
What's that game
forgot how
about?
much fun
I've seen a couple videos. It seems like it's like a counter-terrorist unit type of thing, right? Like where
kind of
you're
you're like a mercenary. John Mullen.
okay.
He's like a mercenary hired by like the government, special forces and shit, and he's got this like shop that supplies him with weapons through the government, and he goes in to like help stop like terrorist activities. But it's like it's not like what you think. It's not like a like military style. He's just like this like badass with like black leather gloves and a fucking like and just like an arsenal, you know. And like
Yeah.
it was the first game to like they created like snappable limbs, so like you can shoot someone in the head and their head will blow off and like blood will gush out and shit, and like so you can blow off each limb from the characters, and it's like super violent, and they like moan and fucking cry and when they die. It's fucking great.
That's amazing.
It's actually like it's kind of it's pretty similar to Doom. I mean, not
in the
like,
way that it's played,
obviously. The way that it's very fast paced, it's like it's a run and gun game. You know, it's not like a fucking tactical. It's like you run around, you just blow people to bits and watch them bleed, and you just have fun. You know, it's fast paced. Like you run faster than like most games and shit like that. So that's the attraction. That was the attraction when I was younger, and that's still the attraction now. Is that it's just fast paced and it's just go go go, like shoot, kill, blood. You know.
Yeah. The name of the game would like kind of. Like, the first time I heard of it, I thought it was going to be, like, a modern military shooter because it sounds like Call of Duty or, like, Medal of Honor. You know what I mean? It has, like, that kind of ring to it that sounds like it's a military type thing.
Yeah.
But, it's different. I've seen, like, a couple videos of it, and it looks, like, really intense.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. They made a newer one, too, called, like, Soldier of Fortune Payback, which was alright, but wasn't as good.
Just not the same.
Nah, not really. But I don't know, man. It's the old one's fun, man.
Yeah.
You should try it though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you showed me some pictures of your new place. It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I'm living on the water, man.
So they have like a canal like outside of your house?
Yeah. There's a canal outside of my house. Like. Literally my backyard connects to it. I got like a decent backyard, especially for like a condo in Florida, you know what I mean?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's sick, man. I got like a fire pit back there in my backyard, and it's pretty cool, man. I moved in with one of my good friends, you know what I mean? It's just no drama, like we're both just chill and like clean, and it's a good situation, you know.
Did you have to deal with drama before?
No, I mean, like as everybody probably knows, I mean, I'm in recovery, so I spent like the first like 4 or 5 months being in Florida because I came to Florida to get clean. So I spent like the first 4 or 5 months in like a halfway house, which is kind of like a for drug addicts who are to live with other drug addicts under kind of like in like a structured environment to help with like early recovery and shit. So, I mean, that was good, but there's a lot of like wiggers and shit, fucking losers, but, once I got out of there, it was cool. But I mean, just like, I was just talking about like recently, like I moved out I was in a condo with my best friend, from our hometown, and, she moved to Montana for like 4 months. And once our lease ended, and I didn't know where I was going to go. So I ended up getting this gig here where I'm living now, but I had to wait there's like a 3-week layover period between when I could move in here and when I had to be out of the other place. So I ended up staying with a friend. Shit. So I actually in under a month I moved all my shit twice and stayed in 3 different places. So including like from the original apartment to my friend's house to the place I'm at now. So I'm like, now that that's over, I'm settled in. Like I'm chilling. Like I'm not. I'm just like relaxed and feeling comfortable,
Yeah, that's got to feel nice. I couldn't imagine how stressful it must be to like not be sure where you're gonna live, and like
yeah.
Oof.
Well, because like the thing is that all my other friends already had living arrangements. You know what I mean? So it was like, and I was looking for a place. I was looking for places to stay and shit like that. Like I was gonna just like find another place and find someone to go in on a lease with me because like I don't know, I don't have the best credit, so
Yeah.
and everything down here is like all like bullshit condo associations, dude. It's fucking lame as fuck.
What are you looking for?
Like, huh?
What are you looking for? Like, what would you rather have?
What as
opposed to a condo?
Huh?
As opposed to a condo, like what would you rather have?
I don't know, man. There's not like I don't know. Like I would rather live in like a place with a couple friends, like a little house or something. But the thing is, with Florida, it's different than Pennsylvania, man. Like everything down here is owned by either like a homeowners association or like a condo association, and they got all these like got all these bullshit rules that are like, you know, they want all these like background checks and like drug tests, and you got to pay a fucking homeowners association fee, and like they tell you like what you can and can't do like to your house, and like there's like certain neighborhoods have like certain standards you have to follow. It's really fucking dumb, you know.
What the fuck? You know what? It probably is because of like spring break and shit. Because everybody comes out to like that area and they just probably just trash the fucking place and then leave.
Yeah, I mean, like I just like in my eyes, I'm just like, dude, I got money. Like I need somewhere to stay. Like take my money and let me stay here. I don't want to go through all your fucking bullshit, you know. So
yeah.
So I'm living in a condo now, but my friend who I'm living with, my roommate, actually is the only person on the lease. He's been here for like 3 years, so you know, it works out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've
we were gonna. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was tempted to get a condo when I first like moved out, like before I got my house, because at the time I saved up a bunch of money to like buy my first house, but what I found out when I was like house shopping is that it doesn't really matter how much money you have. It's about how much money you make. And at the time I was working like in like fast food and shit, so I was like making next to nothing. Right? Yeah, I was making next to nothing. So like, well, compared to most homeowners, and so like I was only eligible for like if I had started like home buying with like only like maybe like $5,000 or $10,000 to put down, like I would probably like the only options I had were houses that were like $89,000, and these are houses that have like 3 rooms and they're like shitty. It's basically like a shed with like no heating or air conditioning. It was like most of the houses, like seriously, some of the houses we looked at fucking sucked. They were just garbage. Yeah. And like they had like roof problems and like there was like flooded basements and all kinds of crazy shit. And they were just junk houses. And because I saved up $30,000, so like that bumped me up from like houses that were like 89,000 to like houses that were like 120,000, which is like not that much of a difference.
Yeah.
And so like in this area, if you can spend like 160,000 on a house, you can get a pretty decent one. And it took me a long time to like shop around for a house to actually find the one that I got. That was I got pretty lucky with it because it's pretty nice. It was just made with like outdated materials, but it was mostly like just cosmetic stuff. Like we have like shitty old carpets, and the house was built in like 1910, so it's got some like old shitty electrical type stuff. But like other than that, it's still a pretty standard like it's a pretty nice house. It was pretty well taken care of, so I got pretty lucky with it. But it took me a long time to shop for it, and that's why I was tempted to look at condos, because that's like something that's more affordable for someone like me. But I don't know. I don't know what it's like to live in a condo. I don't know anyone who lives in one, so it was like I wasn't sure what to do. Cause like I don't really know what the process is like.
Yeah, it can be grueling, man. Like it's weird because like down like up north you have apartment complexes, right?
Yeah.
And like you talk to the apartment complex, they give you a lease, they do all whatever they're gonna do, and you move in. Well, down here there's not really any apartments. Like there's condos everywhere, and the thing about a condo is it's fucking retarded, right? So they'll have like the place I was living at was called Marina Oaks, right?
Yeah.
So Marina Oaks, their like property, like it was Marina Oaks complex. I don't know, like the complex. They owned the houses, like they owned the property that the houses were on, and they owned the buildings, but each condo has an individual owner, right? It's partially owned by like a private owner, and then it's also partially owned by the condo association. So there's like three different fucking people that all have their fucking hands in this in one little condo. It's like, what the fuck, you know?
Whoa. Oh, so they're like all making these rules together, and so there's just like 1,000 like stipulations and shit before you move in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the worst thing ever, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's some
Like,
perks to living in like Florida, right? Because I know I've been seeing you post on Facebook. You're going to all kinds of like metal shows and stuff. We don't really have anything like that up here. Not as much anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the thing about Philly is there's a lot of basement shows and like smaller shows. Up here, there's not really like it's not really as much, you know. There's not the shows aren't as frequent, you know. There's a lot more bands up in like Philly and shit like that. Down here, it's kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work. I noticed he was wearing a hoodie that said Floor Punch on the back of it, and I knew that was like a hardcore band.
Yeah.
So I started talking to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, what have you been up to lately? Did you go to any shows?" And he's like, "There's really no hardcore stuff around here. There's a little bit of like metal, but not really much anymore." I mean, there's definitely nothing where I live. I live in like Norristown, which is like outside of Philly, and I have to go into Philly to listen to anything because there's nothing going on over here. But yeah, but he told me that there's like not really much going on. So he's been like
not really.
He's been getting a little bit into like he told me he likes cattle decapitation and carcass.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him since. But he told me there wasn't really much going on.
He used to work with him, he said?
Yeah, I still do. He's somewhere in my building. I don't know where he sits, but my building has like there's probably like 60 or 70 people on my floor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of a busy place. I don't know where he sits, so I don't know where to find him. I just run into him occasionally in the like when I'm just walking around.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
That's pretty sick, though. Like, there's not a lot of people down here that I see every day. I guess it's like that everywhere, though. You know what I mean? It's like you don't really see as many people on the streets that are wearing like cool hoodies, you know, good bands and shit. You just see like a lot of fucking like just normal, like, you know.
It's a tricky thing because like I don't know, because you don't like want to wear a cattle decapitation T-shirt like in front of your boss or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to be like professional once you become an adult. So like I get the feeling that there's a lot of like closet metalheads that like don't really talk about it, but you can find out if you ask them. Like this one guy that I met, he's a friend of mine. I met him through this girl. He's her boyfriend, and they're engaged to get married. And I hung out with him once, and when I hung out with him, I found out I hung out with him at his house, and I saw he had a record player and like a stack of vinyl. So I figured he was like kind of a music guy. So I was like, "Oh, what do you listen to, man?" And he's like, "Well, I can put something on. What do you like?" And I was like, "I don't know, just put on anything that you would listen to if I weren't here." So he put on this band called The Sword, which is like this like stoner rock band.
Yeah.
And I would if you met this guy, you would never have guessed that he listens to stoner rock. He's like
really.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to just like paint him in a bad light, but he's almost kind of nerdy looking, but he's cool otherwise. But I don't know. I mean, he's so like nice and friendly and stuff, and he's like super sweet to his fiance, and so like you wouldn't think that he's like hardcore or anything, but he listens to like some pretty dark stuff. Like not like he doesn't listen to a whole lot of death metal, but he does listen to like stoner rock and doom metal and stuff like that. And he's into like a lot of like progressive rock and stuff like that. And you wouldn't be able to tell because he doesn't wear like band T-shirts that often, and he's just I don't know, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
So like I feel like there's people out there that like listen to death metal and stuff, or like maybe even people that play doom. I don't know, but you can't really just tell just by what they're wearing.
Yeah, it's weird sometimes. Like I don't really, I I don't really dress like too crazy. I just wear like camo pants, like Adidas with a band T-shirt. But I guess if you saw me on the streets, you would know. You know what I mean? Because I always have a band T-shirt on. But like, I don't know, man. There's some. It's funny, man. It's really funny because like down here, when you go to like some of the metal shows, it's like it can get pretty fashiony. You know what I mean? It can be like like a fucking. It can be like a punk show when you're 16. You know, it can get pretty fucking fashiony. Like
Yeah.
But then again, like some people like it's half and half. Like some people go there and they're all fashiony and dumb, but most actually I would say it's more like most people are just like chilling, like regular jeans, like maybe a pair of combat boots or something, like a metal shirt. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's not really as much fashion, but I was just like really surprised to see that like there's still that whole like fashion type shit going on, like even the like death metal and shit where you're supposed to just where like most people like death metal artists like they just dress like normal people, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember like when we were in like middle school and there was like horror punk was kind of big?
Yeah.
That was like I remember all of like the like everybody like dyed their hair black and they had like these like emo haircuts and like all kinds of piercings and all kinds of crazy shit. Like it was super fascinating.
Yeah, me too. I had a huge mohawk and all this shit.
Yeah, well, I had a mohawk at one point too. Remember when we went to that Despise You show?
Yeah. Oh, that sucked, dude.
I know, that really did suck. I can't believe that happened, man. I lost my wallet on the I think on the train or something. I don't know how it happened. That was such a kick in the dick, man. Because I bought the ticket and everything, and the guy just wouldn't let me in.
Because it was like under 18 or something.
Yeah, because it was a bar. I had to be 21 to get in, and like he just didn't believe me. Or yeah, it was 18 because I think it was, or because it was New York or something, or I don't know, something like that, something crazy like that.
Go. Yeah,
it was fucking lame as shit. That was really disappointing. Yeah. I really went. I could hear them from the outside, and I was like, damn, they're fucking shredding in there. I was so mad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It happens sometimes. You got shitty stories like that. It reminded me of remember you ever see that movie Detroit City Rock?
No.
Well, it's this movie about these kids that are it's like in the 1960s or the 70s or something, and these kids are like in a band and their mom is like super Catholic, and they were huge Kiss fans, and like at the start of the movie, the mom puts on she puts on a record player and she thinks it's like one of her like big band like jazz records, and it's like it's Kiss, and it's like we're gonna rock and roll all night and party every day, and she's like freaking out like it's devil's music, and she's like ah, and she's like falling on the ground, and she's like holding her ears, and she's like the Satan, the sound of Satan, and she's like freaking out. And this whole movie's about these kids who there's like this radio show or something, like on this talk radio show, and they're giving away free tickets, and they have to answer this one question. The one kid is like the seventh caller, and he gets the question right, and they have to go to the they win these tickets, and they're like freaking out because they get to go to Detroit and actually go to see Kiss live, and they go to the show, or they go to the studio to pick up their tickets, and they can't prove that it's them, and it's just like this whole fuck up thing, and they're just trying, and they're like they're so pissed off at the one kid because he couldn't prove that it was him, because like he was so excited that he was on the radio that he forgot to give him his name before he hung up, so they couldn't prove it was him.
Oh man!
So they didn't get to go to the show, and they were at the beginning. They eventually did get in. I think they were able to like scalp some tickets or something. I forget how the movie ends, but it was just like this whole crazy thing. They run into all these crazy people trying to get to this show, and they're getting in fights with people, and it's crazy.
That's funny, dude.
But that was just what it was like, because we were like in New York City all day. We went to like skate parks and stuff, and I'd never been to New York City before, and that was pretty cool. That like being able to see all that shit, and being able to skate and like go all kinds of places in New York, and meet all these people, and then like at the very end, we fucking we take like 3 trains through, like just to get to this fucking show, and like we went the wrong way at one point. We had to take a train back, and we were in like this really sketchy part of town, and we eventually get to the fucking bar, and I don't have my ID and I can't get in.
I know, that was the worst.
Yeah, but you did get me that shirt, and I'm never gonna throw that away. I'm gonna keep that forever.
What shirt was it?
It was that Despise You shirt with there's like the little kid from like South Africa smoking a cigarette.
Smoking cigarette,
Yeah. My wife hates that shirt, but I still wear
it.
it.
She hates it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. My wife has like me and my wife have like zero musical compatibility. She doesn't like anything I like. She likes like R&B and like whatever's on the radio.
That's lame.
I know. I don't know what it's about. It's weird. It's actually weird that my wife and I are married, considering how little we have in common. But I don't know. We get along otherwise. But we have like no hobbies. Like we have no interest in the same hobbies. Like we watch like some of the same TV shows, but we don't listen to any of the same music. We're like she's not interested in video games at all. Besides like a little bit of like Mario and Sonic here and there. But she like I got her to play Doom one time, and like she got up to like level 6 before she was like sick of it.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
she's
silly.
I know she's new. I know that she's new to. I mean, not new. She's like got like more like normal taste in music, but
yeah,
it's funny. Like when you try to introduce somebody to music, they're like, to the music you like, they're like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like shit. How do you listen to this? Like,
yeah.
You know?
I imagine like when anybody listens to the music that I listen to, like they probably just assume it's like slam metal, like because you know how like I think like slam metal is something that you kind of have to like get an acquired taste for. I don't know, but I thought it was. I mean, when I listen to it, I think it's shitty because it's just blast beats and like it's not even like there's like no energy behind most of it that I listen to. It's just like blast beats and it's just like and like nothing else.
I know, right?
And it's just like really boring. But like I mean, there's other grindcore bands that are just like really fucking fast and furious, and Power Violence especially is like the tempos and the chords change like so often, and the songs are only like 5 seconds long, and they're super like politically charged, and it's awesome. But but slam metal is just like fucking. I don't know what it is. Like it's hard to believe that it's like that anybody's taking it seriously. It seems almost like a joke. But what I will give it credit for though is that the album art is fucking tight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like super detailed and like what is it, like Abnormal Putridity, or they have like crazy fucking names. The band names are just like these crazy big words, and they're just like the most disturbing thing possible.
Dude, seriously. They make like the weirdest, like just most offensive, crazy names they possibly can. You know what I mean?
What was the name of that? Funny. What was the name of that one band where the album art is just like this like infant that's getting like punched into the ground and exploding? that was awesome.
Dynamite Abortion.
Dynamite Abortion. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. God, it's funny, dude.
Yeah. And that one band that I was listening to called like Abnormal Putridity or something like that. And it's got like this abominable, yeah, abominable putridity, yeah. And it's like this. There's like all these scientists, and there's like this like mutant robot blasting out of like this glass tube, and he's got like these tentacles, and they're like impaling the scientists and stuff. It's awesome.
And then like half of his body is like opening up with teeth. It's fucking
yeah,
sick.
It's crazy.
I know it's.
But like besides that, it's like a fucking weird music genre.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, man. It is kind of weird. But you know, like, it's pretty good though. Like some shit is good. Some shit I can just like fucking really get down to, and like I said, other shit's just fucking trash. You know? Yeah,
well, it's like that in like pretty much any music genre. Because even there's like shitty power violence. There's shitty death metal. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like, it sucks that you have to like sit through like so much trash to find good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I've been just on a technical death metal kick. You know what I mean? Pretty much lately. I don't know. So.
What are some like good technical death metal bands that you would recommend?
Definitely Necrophagist. Their first album is like one of the best technical death metal albums ever released, and that's the opinion of probably 99% of all like diehard technical death metal fans.
Oh,
That
okay.
is just like the album. You know what I mean? It's very, very complex. It's some of the most incredible, like most incredibly complex music I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And like it's the guy. The thing about it is, I forget his last name, but his first name is Muhammad, and he does all the instruments himself, and it's just like insane.
Wait, he's one guy?
Yeah, in the first album, yeah.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I mean, obviously, Decapitated, the
Yeah.
album Winds of Creation, Cryptopsy, the album None So Vile. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. What's cool?
those are all like,
What's really cool about technical death metal is that because you mentioned how complex it is. What's really cool about it is that like sometimes you can listen to like an album or a song, and then like listen to it again, and it like sounds different than it did the first time you heard it. Because like if you listen to it the first time, you kind of like miss some stuff. It's really like it's fuzzy, so you kind of like you miss a little bit of it, but it's also like so complex you don't really appreciate it the first time you listen to it.
yeah, for sure. Like when you when I first listen to something that's like, and I have this opinion of like, that's good, but I don't really see myself listening to that all the time,
Yeah.
And then like I listen to it a couple more times, I start to like it grows on me, and like that's how the Necrophagist album was. It was like I heard it and I'm like, okay, this is good, but it's not like my end all. And then like I just gave it time and it just grew on me, and I'm just like that's the type of music like albums like that and songs like that, the ones that grow on you slowly, like those are the ones that you're gonna like for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like the ones that you hear at first and they're just like you're all about it like at that moment, like that initial appreciation you had, like I feel like it kind of like slowly wears down over time because it's like, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. There's like some bands that I've listened to where like the first time I heard them, I'm like, this is my new favorite band. I love it. And then I'll listen to them like 2 or 3 more times, and then like I'm tired of it already.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know what it is. Like how does something sound so awesome like right in the beginning, and then like immediately get boring after like 2 or 3 listens? It fucking sucks when that happens.
The first one you're like, yeah, dude, fucking great, and then 5 listens and you're like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah. That's the bullshit with like that's why I don't understand why my wife listens to radio, because like there's like shit that's like it might be like catchy the first time you listen to it, but like there's no depth to it at all. They repeat the same lyrics over and over and over again, and it's it's like all about the same like 3 fucking topics. It's about like a breakup or a girl they love or like going out and drinking and partying and shit. It's like so fucking boring.
I know, right?
It's just the same shit all the time.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't like any of this shit on the radio, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck the radio, except for World Extermination Radio. You should listen to that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that shit's so good, dude. Fucking World Extermination, that album by Insect Warfare. I've been listening to that a lot lately too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love Insect Warfare.
Yeah, I never get bored of it. Never. Can't.
So like, what have you been doing lately? I know you're like pretty busy. You've been I know you've been like going to school and stuff, and you're working too, right?
Yeah, I work full time. I do like returns and warranties at a marine parts outlet, like boat parts place.
Oh, okay.
I go to school. I'm in college for multi-platform computer programming.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's sick. You know what I mean? It's not bad. I do online schooling, so it's not like as grueling as like having to go to fucking class every day for multiple hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. It feels good. I'm actually I'm like halfway through almost.
Nice.
I'll be getting my degree like next summer. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just an associate's for now, but as soon as I get my associates, I plan on transferring to like a more reputable school than Kaplan and getting a heavier degree Plus, I'm sure once I get my associates, I'll be able to, at least like get my foot in somewhere, like some sort of internship or just, you know what I mean, like entry level something. But
That's pretty cool.
for now, and I've also been touching up on my, like I taught myself web development, creating websites through like purely through code and shit. And I've been touching up on that through this website called Code Academy. It's really sick. It's a free website where it teaches you like any kind of programming, basically. I mean, not any kind of programming because they have certain. Obviously, like they're not gonna have every single one. There's so many, but they have a lot of like the main ones. They have like all these lessons that teach you the basics and teach you like and get you involved and like get you really like coding and creating shit. And it's all free. So I've been touching up and advancing like some of my JavaScript and jQuery knowledge through that, which is cool.
There's so much awesome shit on the internet. You can learn so much. Like even just at work, I've been like listening to like audiobooks and like sometimes like college lectures and stuff. And like you can just learn shit. Like I don't like at my job's like pretty. I work in this office, and I'm working in like the corporate office for this security guard company, and it's like most of the stuff I do is like pretty menial work. Like it's mostly just like especially auditing. I'm just like reading stuff and checking like fact checking and then approving stuff, and that's pretty much all I'm doing. It's pretty easy stuff and it's repetitive, and it is boring, but I get to like listen to like music and like audiobooks and like podcasts and stuff while I'm working. And I do occasionally listen to like audiobooks and like college lectures and stuff. And there's so much free shit on the internet, information you can just get for free. You could probably get like something equivalent to a college education just from the internet. You just don't get the documentation for it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like, there's so much shit that you can just do with there's so much that you can learn. You can learn anything. You can get more than a college education just from browsing the internet. All that information is available, which kind of sucks that like with today's day and age that you have to have a piece of paper.
Yes.
But the thing about programming is that like programming is kind of unique, especially web development, because if you can just show them, like if you learn how to create like sick ass websites and you just make a portfolio and like make up some mock websites and just show people what you can do and you just get that out there and get that into circulation, dude, you'll be fucking freelance. You'll be a freelance web designer before you know it. You know what I mean? Like they don't like programming is like one of those weird loophole career fields where, unless you're working for like a corporate, like a big corporate office or something, like a lot of times they don't even really care if you have a degree or not. I mean, I'm sure it's getting like more organized now. I'm sure it's like getting more and more organized like as time goes on. But I don't know, dude. You can just fucking walk in there and show them you know what you're doing, or get your foot in the door with like a friend or something. But I kind of just wanted to get my degree to be able to do whatever I wanted. Like if I say I do a certain type of programming, I get bored with it. I want to do like IT work. Like I can still do IT work.
Right.
I'll pretty much have like a lot of flexibility within like the IT career field just by knowing programming. Because a lot of places, once you know programming, like part of the programming course, like there's a lot of IT shit that you're taught too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Like I already been taught like server management and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like and that's a part of this course. So, I know how to manage servers and shit. I know how to do an IT professional. I know how to do like a server technician, not a server technician, but like an IT guy, like an office or something that hooks up with servers and shit. Like I know the basics of how to do that shit just from, like I learned that along the way, so.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. What are your plans for your career? Do you know?
A little bit. I kind of know, but I'm not totally sure. I'm only gonna stick with this company for a little bit. I know I got some like pretty decent advice, and what they say is that you shouldn't stay in the same, like if you get a job and you don't get promoted or like get a raise within like 2-3 years, it's time to start looking for another job. And when you start looking for another job and you go to an interview and you can tell them that you make this amount of money, that's like grounds to ask for something more than that. And as long as you like keep doing that, you can kind of like if you keep like bouncing around and stuff, trying different things, you get experience in different fields, and it just like builds your resume as you move along. You'll like continually make more money. That's kind of something that I'm working towards because I'm at this job I'm getting paid more than I've ever made at any job I've made before, and
Nice, dude.
yeah, and the work's like pretty easy too. So like I'm just kind of like I'm kind of like goofing off, but I'm also like I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm also like trying to like learn stuff along the way and be just like be educated in a bunch of different stuff and like I don't know, just kind of messing around. I don't really know. I have been like looking into like accounting and stuff like that, but I don't know. That is like kind of the field I want to stay in. But like now that I've been like working with like computers and stuff, like sitting in front of the desk all day, like I don't feel like being in front of a computer when I come home. So like I've been playing Doom less and like stuff like that. Like there's some days where I've done like so much typing where my fingers feel like stiff, like they're just like like they're just like I don't know. I just don't even feel like doing anything. I just feel like sitting down and watching TV or like doing something active outside, like riding a bike or like something gay like that.
Something gay.
Something
that's
gay.
Not gay, dude. That's cool, you know. But one thing you gotta keep in mind too. I'll see if I can find it for you. But there's this guy who he's a doctor and he does like videos on how to avoid like carpal tunnel syndrome, and he gears them towards gamers. So if you're doing like a lot of typing and your fingers feel stiff, he's got a bunch of videos on like different stretches and exercises you can do to strengthen up your and stretch out your tendons and muscles so you don't get stiff from so you don't get carpal tunnel syndrome and like damage your body, you know. And like once you do them, it's like some of the stretches are like they feel like so extreme.
Yeah.
Like they feel like you can just feel it stretching like crazy, and like once you're done, it's just like, oh man, that's good, you know.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it for you.
That's cool. Yeah, I need something like that. I need to do something with like eye exercises too, because like I know like when you're looking at a computer screen all day, there's no like depth in it, you know. So like your eyes are fixated at the same focus for hours and hours and hours, and then like when I notice when I look at things that are like further away, they look blurry and my eyes like don't adjust as quickly or something. So like I need I know that I've been told from some people that there's like eye exercises that you can do to prevent yourself from needing glasses. And so I've been wanting to like do that too. I don't need glasses right now, but I know I'm probably if I keep doing this for years and years, I'm definitely gonna probably need it at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. They say your eyes can deteriorate over time. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know, man. Because I know a lot of people, including myself, that said like, "Oh, the doctors told me they were like, oh, if you don't wear glasses, you know, this is when I was like 7, 8 years old. They're like, if you don't wear glasses, your eyes are going to deteriorate." And I've been doing nothing but like playing video games and staring at computer screens my whole life. So since then, and I don't know, my eyes are exactly the same as they were. I don't know, man. There could be. I'm sure there's something going on. You know what I mean? There's got to be something going on. But.
Yeah, there's some fucking dumb doctors though. I had this argument with my mom the other day about my brother who has he was diagnosed with ADHD, and she's like momming him so bad about like his career, and like she's so scared that like he's never going to succeed in life because this ADHD is holding him back. But like if you meet the guy, you would never know if he had ADHD unless he told you. Like he's completely fucking normal, but. I mean, like when he grew up, I mean, all he did was like watch cartoons and play video games. So like he didn't have like when I was a kid, I had to watch. There was like we didn't have like cable television or anything, so I had to watch like Sesame Street and like shit like that. So I learned how to read at like an early age because like they were, and on Sesame Street, that's all they did was talk about like the sounds of letters and how to sound words out and shit like that. So like I learned to read pretty early. So like I was like pretty like well developed by the time I got into like kindergarten. My brother was like watching Ed, Edd and Eddy and Rugrats and like all kinds of stupid shit that like doesn't teach you a fucking thing. And so like all he wanted to do was like make jokes and like be a class clown like all the fucking time. And then he got diagnosed with ADHD because of it. And like I'm pretty sure he was fucking misdiagnosed because he's a totally normal, composed person. And my mom just like believes that this doctor, because he's a professional, and his professional opinion led him to believe that he needs like medication for his condition, his learning disability, and she's like scared it's gonna like affect him for the rest of his life. And it was so it was like it was like so annoying to like hear my mom like really believe in this doctor, and it's like some doctors are just fucking stupid, you know?
Yeah. That's the problem with ADHD specifically, is that they're overdiagnosing it like crazy. And it's, a lot of people that are being diagnosed with ADHD don't really have it. They're just, also, like, you got to think about it. Like, if you grow up all your life constantly being stimulated by television and computers and video games, like, yeah, your attention span is going to be fucking less than that of a doorknob. You know what I mean? Like, you're used to constant stimulation, constant movement, constant. Like, yeah, obviously you're gonna have a shorter attention span, but like, there's not. It's I don't know, man. I don't think that. I think it also lies on like the parents. Like, the parents have to get their kids the fuck out of the house. Say get outside, go play. Read a book, do something. Like, don't do something besides stare at this all day. Like, I was diagnosed with ADHD at a very young age. But like, mine was for real. Like, I literally couldn't sit in my seat at all.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that. I think I was just very anxious due to like circumstances in my life at the time. Now I still deal with it. I think on like to like a minor extent. Like, that's why I play so many video games, because like, if I'm just sitting doing nothing, like hanging out with friends and just like talking, like, yeah, it'll be fun for a little bit, but like, I get so bored that I'll pick my phone up and just like start browsing the web or like doing something, because like, I just get bored. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fucking normal, because like I know like the reason I play video games is because my normal life is not challenging to me. Like, it's not like, just like, I when I sit in the car and drive, or like when I do my normal work, and like I don't feel like I'm being challenged. I need the pressure of like when I'm playing Doom and like running away, like dodging fireballs and like getting shot at and shit like that. I need that kind of excitement. And like there's nothing in my normal life that is even remotely like that. Well, at least without like, I know some people get it from like professional sports and stuff like that, but I'm not. I don't know. I never really got into that. But like, video games were like that for me. I could get the feeling of multitasking and like being under a lot of pressure and stuff like that I don't get from my normal life. I'm just like not challenged normally. So like, that's why I want to like play video games like most of the time. It's just because I just need that kind of, I don't know. It's just, life is boring as it is, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Like, it also comes with being like intelligent, you're just bored with life, you're not doing anything exciting. So yeah, you're going to want to play video games.
We're just smart motherfuckers.
Yeah. It is, like, a lot of times, like, people who are really into video games are generally a little bit smarter than, most people.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. That's just the logistics and statistics of it. So,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
There's also a lot of shit of people just telling you what you can and can't do all the time. That's fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. All I know is that I like video games. But I don't really have any interest in doing like in doing some of the things that other people do. We all have our own interests and shit like that. But like, I don't know, man. Like, a lot of shit that I see people into, it's just like kind of boring, And they're just like, oh, I just want to experience things, and like, well, yeah. Like, you can experience things, but like, what the fuck is so fun about like experiencing dumb shit? Like, I don't know.
What are some examples? What are some people that are like?
I'm trying to think. Like, I want to go to this like little event or something, and it's like something dumb, Like, I guess maybe it boils down to like, I'm not interested in it, Like a fucking like, I don't know, like going to the beach for like some sort of like event or something. It's like,
right.
I don't know. Like, what kind of? But I can't really say anything though, because at the same time, like, I go to death metal shows, and that's like really important to me, So who knows?
Well, the beach is fucking boring. I never really understood the beach.
It is.
I never really got it. I don't like you get sand in, like, and like you get sand on all your clothes, and the water is fucking gross. I mean, it's got all kinds of like nasty fish in it. People throw up in it. There's pollution in it. There's people throw their trash in it, and it's like people use it as like a fucking swimming pool, and everybody's like pissing in it and all kinds of shit. And like I know the ocean's pretty big, but there's a lot of shit going on in it. People dump bodies in it. Like it's all kinds of crazy shit. You don't want to fucking play in the ocean. And the beach is just like it. There's like 1,000 people there, and it's noisy, and like you can't leave the beach without having sand all over your clothes. It's like I don't know. I don't understand the beach.
I don't know, man.
Some people are into it, but I don't get it.
Me neither.
Stupid.
I don't know. It just it's I don't know. The ocean. Don't get me wrong. Like I can go swim and shit. Like that's fun, but other than that, man, there's nothing really there. You know, there's nothing. There's like tanning and shit. Like that's so boring. You're literally napping in the sun.
I know. I've been like so white my entire life because sitting in the sun is so fucking boring to me.
Yeah, like it's fucking dumb.
I can't even like pretend to enjoy it. Like even just like listening to music or like reading a book or something. It's so boring to me. I cannot sit there and just fucking sit there and tan. It's so stupid.
I know, right?
It's ridiculous.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Do you want to wrap this up? Are you like? Do you have like stuff to do later today? I don't want to like keep you waiting or anything.
No, that's cool. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna play video games.
Good man.
That's cool. What I'm saying? The most important things in life: jerking off, video games, and food.
Yes. All right.
Actually, come to think of it, dude, I think this chick I work with, my like coworker, she wants to bang me. I know it, but she's like 35, which I don't mind. I've never like been with anyone older than me, but it's like she's not like she's bangable, but she's not like the best looking girl ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know, man. I might just do it just to do it, you know.
You just triggered 1,000 people. You're a misogynist now.
Oh, good. I hope so.
Yeah, that's
fucking cuck.
I know. That's what Doomworld's about these days, man. That's like I've been getting like I don't know, people get in arguments and shit all the time. That happens all the time on Doomworld. I guess that's. I mean, is there a reason why you don't post on Doomworld, or is it just kind of, I mean, you're just not into it?
No, I've never been into forums really.
Okay.
Even with Counter-Strike, when I'm in the thing I'm into now, like I don't go on forums really. Like I'll go on Reddit, you know, the Counter-Strike Reddit page and check like the updates and shit. But like, I just don't. I'm not a forum guy. I never have been. You know.
Okay.
I'll read Doomworld forums sometimes, but like, in all honesty, like I don't really even look anymore because it's just like if it's not about a new level or something, like I have nothing else to really. I don't really care because like me and you have discussed and debated like all the technical aspects of Doom to the point of like there's nothing else that I can really learn or like discover, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't fucking stand all these overly sensitive pussies nowadays, dude. Like, I mean, dude, I'm all about respecting people and treating people fairly and equally, you know. Like, I'm not one to be like, oh, fuck you, you're fucking, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, people are just going so overboard, man. Like, everyone's such a fucking wuss, you know? Like, just fucking, like, why does everyone have to be so sensitive? Like, I know these social justice warriors and they're all this dumb like gender shit and like this social shit. Like I don't even fucking care, man. Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, real to some people, and it's like it's crazy to others. And I like understand like both sides of the debate, but I still like I get what you're saying because there's people that like get in your fucking face about it, and that occasionally happens. I just made this like forum thread on Doomworld recently that eventually got locked because I was expressing my opinion too hard or something. But I was like making this argument that like Doomworld is fucking boring now, And well, not just Doomworld, but like most forums, because like they're kind of like getting overtaken by like people who are oversensitive, like you said. Like it's impossible to talk about anything realistic because like I just like all I did in that thread was like kind of express an opinion, and ever since like prior to that, there was all kinds of like threads on Doomworld where people are just like, "What's your favorite video game? What's your favorite WAD?" And it's just like all these like really boring conversations, but we're not like learning anything about one another. We don't because like if you express an honest opinion, that makes you open to all these people who are ready to target you, and they think you're dishonest and you're passive aggressive and you're disingenuous and you're an arrogant asshole and you're ignorant and you don't know and like you're racist and you're a misogynist and all kinds of bullshit. And like it's impossible to have an opinion without pissing these types of people off. And I made this thread where I was like, Doomworld is fucking boring now because nobody wants to talk about like what they're really thinking because it's fucking hard. It sucks. There's all these fucking mean people that like want to freak out. And I made this thread about it because like it seems like social media and like all that stuff is like kind of taking over and like dominating what used to be like this kind of like place where people could get to know each other who have a mutual interest in Doom. And that's not how people perceived it. They thought I was being like really fucking negative, and the place was and everything in Doomworld is perfectly fine. And I had to get in these like long arguments, and like it was ridiculous because everyone I talked to, they had like all these different labels for me. They said I was projecting. They said that I was being ignorant and being an asshole, and that I might be depressed, and like all kinds of like all these like really weird and like just being like sarcastic and all kinds of crazy shit when all I was doing was like expressing an honest opinion.
Yeah.
And it was, and it fucking lit some fires under people's asses, and they just freaked out. And that's the unfortunate thing, man. You can't have an opinion anymore without pissing people off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's,
and that
it's
just kind of
crazy, man.
It sucks. I mean, have you seen like there's videos of like these like college riots and stuff, people freaking out about like not being recognized for like their gender pronouns or something, and they don't consider themselves him or her. They're something else, and if people aren't recognizing it, then they're like infringing on their territory, and it's
Fuck
like
those
it's
people.
ridiculous, man.
They're stupid. You can't just like see. That's one of the things I really fucking hate is like the whole gender shit, dude. You can't fucking just make shit up. You know, like people are just making shit up and demanding that other people respect it. Like, dude, like I don't give a shit what you think you are or how you feel or what you want to be. Like, that's cool, man. Like, you can live your life however you want. I'm not against or for whatever. Like, I don't care. But like, you're not gonna fucking tell me what words I can and can't use. You're not gonna police my speech. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get bent with all that because I'll say what I want. Like, I have one of my closest friends down here is gay, and I call him a faggot. He calls me a faggot because he's not a little pussy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a word. You know what I mean? Like,
it is. That's
like,
all it is.
I've
They're
been
just
saying-
fucking words.
Exactly. It's just a word. Like, I call stuff gay. I've been calling stuff gay since I was a little kid. I still call stuff gay. I have plenty of gay friends. I have nothing against gay people. It's just a fucking word.
That's
And
all
these
it
people
means,
get
man.
so upset, you know?
Yeah, you don't have like these fucking deeply rooted homophobic attitude towards gay people. You just want to fucking use the word when you want to use it.
You know what I mean? I use a word, dude. It's like, oh my god, you know? I'll fucking give a gay guy the shirt off my back if he's a cool person, you know? If he's a piece of shit, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Just be nice, man. That's all you got to do. That's all everybody's got to do. And it's like it seems like there's people that are like fighting, like social justice warriors are like fighting for social justice, but in the way they're doing it, they're like kicking everyone's ass and making it like a miserable place for everybody.
Well, they call it social justice, but they're not really open to other people's opinions. It seems like
Yes.
There's no compromise. Like, I feel like a lot of those people are they're I don't know, they're trying to fight for something, but they don't have any real like proposed solutions or plans. I think they're like, I feel like people are just fucking complaining to complain. It's just so obnoxious. Like I don't know, man. It's just like, well, I don't understand why people have to be so nitpicky over words or just dumb shit when there's so much more going on in the world and so much deeper things and more important things going on in society that we can be focusing on. And these people are literally like up in arms about like fucking nouns
bullshit.
and pronouns. It's like, it's fucking pathetic, dude. Is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that was the exact impression I got too. Because even when I talked to people and like I couldn't figure out what exactly they were disagreeing with me because the way I put it, like I was basically just expressing an opinion. Like I really don't think Doomworld is as fun as it used to be, and somehow like people were just like interpreting all these different meanings out of what I was saying, and they were holding me accountable for what they interpreted it to mean, and not exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're making like, they're taking what you said and morphing what you know and creating like a meaning out of your words that's not really there. It's fantasy.
Yeah,
and like a lot of that is going on in our society and like the politics and people who, you know, the social justice warriors and people who like, and it goes both ways. You know, it goes fucking. It's the left and the right. It's all fucking bullshit though, man. It's just so annoying. Like, just shut up and go. You know, just shut up and live your life. Change yourself. If you want to change the world, change your fucking self. Like, you got people complaining that the world sucks when, you know, like, and they live like shit. They live like scum. You know, it's like, what do you? I don't even understand where their room to talk it comes in. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with these people. I mean, they don't want to listen, you know? They want to get mad, but they don't want to do anything. Like, they don't want to listen to what you have to say.
I just troll them. I just try to offend them as much as possible because it's funny. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even care, dude. Fuck them. They're hit.
Yeah. So, this is like, we've done like, I think this is season, I divided like our WXR episodes into like seasons. So like our first 10 episodes that we did like a few years ago are like is like season 1, and I've been dividing it like every 10 episodes or so. So this is season 3, episode 10. So we're gonna be starting a new season shortly, and I got a lot of cool people that I'm gonna be talking to. People like General Rainbow Bacon. He's gonna be coming back. Obsidian's coming back. I got like a whole list of people. We got Marnet Mar. I was talking to him recently, so we might be having him on. Coraline, I'm still trying to get in touch with her. Trace of Spades is definitely down to play.
Nice.
Black Metal Chainsaw, and we got some. Nice. Oh, I got some pretty cool mappers that are going to be on. Tango, who was the guy who originally started Doom Radio before it got taken over by Alfonso, before he resigned and Alfonso and Tarnsman took over. He's a cool guy. I've been talking to him recently. Travers D, he's a guy who's been in the community for a long time. Mechadon, he's made some pretty crazy shit. He's made Vail of Pax, which is like this huge, super detailed map. That guy can map like a machine. Dana Babinga, I'm gonna be having him back. Dana Babinga and Ribix, I'm gonna have them come over and talk about Songlast. Been working with them. Daba Gaba Maru, I'm talking to him. Tormentor 667, that's gonna be an exciting one.
Nice, dude.
I'm working out some stuff with the guys from Eon DM and Don't Be a Bitch. Those guys worked on a map pack. Nice, I'm still working with them though. And I'm trying to get some guys who were banned from Doomworld to be on the show too. Joe Ilya is going to be coming back. Dark Nation, that guy's like a fucking master troll. I think you would like him.
Nice.
I've been talking to him. He's probably going to be on the show. And this other guy that I'm still trying to get in contact. This guy, he's a fucking master troll. He gets banned from pretty much every forum. He's done some crazy shit. He's Sigvatar. He's crazy. This guy's a fucking maniac. He made a few like 10 years ago. He created this game that caused like so much outrage. The game was called Muslim Massacre. And he had this website called like the top 10 spree shooting, where he got like all these people that were in like mass shootings. He made like a list of who had like the most kills. Oh my god, this guy's crazy. And I found him on YouTube recently. He has this show called The Ice Cold Show, and he's like he's talking on the show with like a friend of his, and he's like sitting there. He's got no shirt on, and he's got these X's, like these straight edge X's on his hands. And like during the show, he's like chugging whiskey and doing like bong hits and shit. He's just like, he does everything to piss people off.
That's awesome.
But besides that though, he's like he was an awesome mapper, and he makes some like awesome textures and music and stuff. but I can't fucking get in contact with him because every time I get in contact with him, he's like getting banned from something else. So like I don't even know where to find him anymore. But I'm hoping he'll get back to me, so he'll be on this show hopefully. That's about it. I got a lot of fucking cool people for this next season, and
can't wait, dude.
Yeah, I know you've been like busy most of the time, but I hope you don't feel like I'm like taking over the show because I have been doing a lot of episodes without you.
That's all good, man. I just have to fucking. I'm settled now. You know what I mean? A little more, so it should be all right.
Okay, it's not like bothering you though that I'm like doing this without you. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want you to think I'm like trying to ditch you, but I also don't want you to think that like I don't know.
Nah, dude, I just got a lot going on, and it's been like pretty crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't have like the free time to do a bunch of shows a week. You know, that's the only thing with me. So, but I'm always down, dude, and like. You know, whatever you do with the show, like, you can do, man. I don't feel I'm not upset or anything. I don't care, you know?
Okay,
just do your thing, man.
All right, good. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's all good, dude.
All right, well, thanks for being awesome. And continue being awesome.
Yeah.
All right, dudes, that, Space Marines, that concludes Season 3. We're starting Season 4 shortly.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I should probably be like, I've been doing like, there's some weeks where I'll do like 3 episodes in a week, like just like bang them out like one after the other.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so like I should probably like do like more than, because like this whole Season 3 took like 1 month, like that was all it was, because I was doing like 2 shows a week at least. So like,
nice.
I should probably break it up, make it up like maybe like 25 episodes a season or something like that.
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Show.
It was good talking to you, man. Keep
yeah, absolutely, man.
Keep playing Counter-Strike. I want you to win that money.
Dude, I wish. I hope I do. I probably won't because everyone's fucking good as fuck. But
yeah, I know. Counter-Strike's a fucking tough game.
It's so tough, Dad.
Yeah. My brother actually has he's doing something. He's trying to go to Georgia. There's some event there that he got invited to.
Oh really? For TF2?
I think so. I forget exactly what it is. I overheard it from my parents, so like I have to hear it directly from him what's going on. But I just know he's trying to go to Georgia for that thing.
Nice, dude.
It's crazy, man. All kinds of crazy shit.
Nice, dude.
All right, man. It was good talking to you.
All right, brother. I'll see you around. Just hit me up, man. I'm down for shows whenever, you know. But we just have to schedule times. That's all.
Yeah, and when you get some time, kill some monsters, man. We need your help.
Absolutely.
Just play a couple Slaughterfest and BFG some monsters. That'll catch you up pretty quick.
Nice.
All right, later, guys. Later, Space Marines.